We're here with Cornell Douglas, who in just a few short minutes will be taking on Davey Gibson in tournament action. Cornell, I'm not sure if you may have heard some of the comments that Davey made. He says that even though he's taken on stronger and badder, he's really not afraid of you. And well, here in St. Louis, everything is earned, nothing is given.
Well, you see, that's the problem with the privileged. They think, notice the word think, that they can do whatever they want to do. They think that they can say that they don't fear Cornell Douglas, but we all know deep down inside, I got you trembling. Deep down inside, you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, last time I barely just beat this man. You know, I'll take that. And I'll let you know. I will be a man and let you know, privileged one, you got over on me. But you did it in a tag match. Now, you say you don't fear me, and that's the thing that bothers me the most. And where I'm from, they say the loudest talker is the one that you don't need to fear. The dog with the biggest bark is the one you don't have to watch out for. Have you ever heard me bark? Look at me right here. I am cool, I am calm, and I am all about my business. Now you said something else that's really sticking out, that where you're from, everything is earned. Partner, where I'm from, if I can't earn it, I'm gonna take it. And that applies to this match tonight. That applies to anything that goes down in the NWL. Cornell Douglas is here. And the blood of the privileged will drip all down your precious ark. You take that and you tell that to the Gibson boy. You let him know.
It is main event time here in the Casa Loma Ballroom. St. Louis title tournament action coming up here. Davey Gibson from the Blood Brothers. One half of the Blood Brothers tag team has a mountain to climb and a mountain of a man in the St. Louis title tournament match, Cornell Douglas.
Davey Gibson real happy that he got the pinfall victory in a tag match. Well, it's a lot different when you're in there one-on-one with a man like Cornell Douglas. I hope you're enjoying your privilege because it's about ready to run out.
And here's Cornell Douglas, the man who says he is his brother's keeper. There is something dark and sinister under maybe the flashy attire of one Cornell Douglas. This guy means business in the NWL, and I, for one, if I were Davey Gibson, I might head for higher ground if I was staring across the ring at this guy.
Well, absolutely. If anybody was smart, they would stay out of the way of Cornell Douglas. This guy lives in a different world than most people. Like he said, he sees things that he wants, and he goes out and he either earns it or he takes it. And I don't think anybody's going to stop this guy. The more I see him, the more I think this is going to be the man that's going to be the first St. Louis champion for the NWL. This guy is impressive.
And Davey Gibson has to beware of one of the most devastating finishing maneuvers in the history of our sport, and Cornell Douglas wields that in his right hand, and it's called the heart punch.
Anybody that knows
Ladies
how
and
to
gentlemen,
do the heart
it is
pants,
now time for your
let's hear it, Ben,
NWL STL main event of the evening. This match, set for one fall, is a first-round match in the St. Louis Championship Tournament. Your referee is Jason Pemberton. Introducing first, to my left, from Durham, North Carolina, weighing 250 pounds, the Bull City Boss, Cornell Douglas. And his opponent, to my right, accompanied by Matthew Grundy. From St. Louis, Missouri, weighing 193 pounds, here is the Blood Brother, Davey Gibson.
Ben Simon with the introductions to this all-important St. Louis title tournament match. And as we were saying right before the introductions, Cornell Douglas is a dangerous man. Davey Gibson has to stay out of the way of the heart punch if he expects to advance in this tournament.
Listen, the heart punch might not only get you a victory, but could also end your career. Very, very deadly maneuver, and if you perfect it, it's a surefire victory every single time you hit it.
Davey Gibson had a successful tag team wrestler. Him and his tag team partner Matthew Grundy have made their names in the tag team scene here in the National Wrestling League, but all across the country. And now Davey Gibson looking to strike out on his own. Matthew Grundy also had a match earlier this evening and advanced in the St. Louis title tournament. And now Davey Gibson is looking to do the same.
Absolutely, both guys venturing out on their own, but still supporting each other because I don't think they're strong enough to do it by themselves, so they have to have their little buddy in the corner with them. Right? Can you imagine that? A champion named Davey? Are you kidding me? Is this a children's book?
Shuddered. Oh, and Davey Gibson making good on his word, as you heard earlier in this broadcast. He said he was going to walk right up to Cornell Douglas and slap him in the face, and that's exactly what Davey Gibson just did.
Well, you ever hear that old song, you don't pull on Superman's cape, you don't spit in the wind, you don't slap Cornell Douglas. He's going to pay for that, I guarantee it.
And Davey Gibson just unloading with a flurry of forearm strikes to the face of Cornell Douglas, not backing down an inch. He gets caught with a right hand by Cornell Douglas.
Listen, that's the thing that guys like you don't understand. You think that Davey Gibson's a house of fire and he's beating somebody up. You don't think Cornell Douglas
Davey
has ever
Gibson
been
with
beat
a
up?
baseball slide sends Cornell Douglas. He just ate a mouthful of security railing on the outside. Davey Gibson is going to stop at nothing to put Cornell Douglas away.
Well, he better not. You think that Cornell Douglas hasn't been hit, he hasn't been kicked before. You better stay all over this guy, because if he gets 1 second to get his wits back against him, he's going to make you pay.
Headbutt into the abdomen of Cornell Douglas. Another headbutt right into the chest, the sternum area. Going for another one, it just eats the steel post on the outside. Good Lord, did you hear that thud?
Absolutely. You know, this is that's a bad strategy for Davey Gibson. You don't want to get into a street fight with Cornell Douglas. That's a dumb move. You need to stick with what you do best, and that's moving and, counter strikes and those types of things. Now he's paying for that big mistake. You can't make a mistake with Cornell Douglas.
Hard right hands to that forehead of Davey Gibson. Davey Gibson ate that steel post, and that thud was sickening. And just booted him right in the face. Unbelievable impact there by Cornell Douglas.
He might not even need the hard punch after a big kick like that. Davey Gibson, wow, he took all of that. Cornell Douglas, he might win this on countout. I don't see Gibson making it back to the ring.
Davey Gibson has to have... I cannot believe that impact that he took on that steel post. He could be out right here. This match could be over before it even
I think
starts.
so. I don't think he's going to make it back to the ring. Cornell Douglas wisely rolling back in. We're seeing if he can make it back to his feet even. He is out. He's certainly in a lot of pain right now. Look at
even
Grundy.
Matthew Grundy
barely
has to,
pulling him up.
Hey, he literally has to pull him back up to his feet. And Cornell Douglas once more, referee putting a count on him. Davey Gibson could be knocked loopy here. Matthew Grundy looks concerned, quite frankly.
I would be concerned if I cared one bit about Davey Gibson. I don't, so I hope that he gets back in the ring and takes some more punishment. But this guy, he is hurting right now. Yeah, you're paying for that slap right now. I told you, you slap Cornell Douglas, look what's happening to you. This guy can barely pull himself up. He got his grandkids hurt from that particular maneuver.
When Davey Gibson looks back on this St. Louis title tournament match, he may look back and say, I probably shouldn't have slapped Cornell Douglas, and driving an elbow down to the sternum. This has to be it too. gets a 2 count. I am shocked that Davey Gibson kicked out before the 3 there after the punishment he sustained on the outside of the ring.
Listen, he's got a lot of guts for rolling back into the ring, but that's a pretty stupid move if you ask me, because now he's at the mercy of a man that you don't want to be angry at you, and that's Cornell Douglas. You want to make this guy, I hope everybody else in the tournament is watching this match right now. Look at what, Davey Gibson's no slouch. This guy's been all around the country. He's a top guy everywhere he goes, and he's getting manhandled by the boss right here, and that's Cornell Douglas. Everybody take note.
Slams him hard into that turnbuckle, again capitalizing on that injury, that head injury he could have suffered when he collided with that ring post on the outside. And Cornell Douglas driving a fist right into the temple of Davey Gibson.
Cornell Douglas is slow, he's methodical. He wants you to feel every bit of pain from everything that he does. Look at that, big clubbing blows to the top of the head. This guy is firmly in control. Man, I think we are looking at our next St. Louis champion right there in Cornell Douglas, the boss.
Davey Gibson still looking out of it. I cannot believe that maybe the referee needs to step in and check Davey Gibson, make sure he can continue this match, because his eyes look a little glassy to me. And look at him, he's asking for more punishment, and Cornell Douglas obliges and kicks him right in the chin. 2.
You don't have to ask Cornell Douglas twice, do you?
Now Cornell Douglas grinding those knuckles into the temple of Davey Gibson again.
He's just having his way right now with Davey Gibson, having a little bit of fun. He could maybe put this guy out, but he's sending a message to everybody in the locker room. I hope everybody is watching this right now. I hope Major Basin is watching this as well. He has a tendency to stick his nose into people's business. Well, look, here's somebody you want to stay as far away from.
I think everybody in the NWL locker room wants to stay far away from Cornell Douglas, because they've seen what this guy can do in the ring, and he hurts people. So I think most people are trying to stay out of the way of the boss, Cornell Douglas.
This guy, huge clubbing blows. Now he's just stepping on the back of the head. He has really taken a lot of damage to his head this entire match. Cornell really putting it to him. This guy, he's got an agenda. He's not just here for championships. He's here to take care of his people. He's here to do things on his terms, and he's certainly doing it right now with Davey Gibson, just tossing him around.
Cornell Douglas has alluded to the fact that he is waging a single-man war against the privilege of this country. Now it seems like he's taking out some of that aggression here on Davey Gibson.
Absolutely. Well, you know, there's a lot of pride that goes into this match right here. Davey Gibson.
DDTs him on the stage.
We might need to get some EMTs out here for this. Davey Gibson's just taking an awful lot of punishment right there. That is a solid wood floor on that stage. Davey Gibson's in a lot of trouble.
Unbelievable. And again, we get a shot of Matthew Grundy, who looks concerned for his partner, and rightfully so. He has taken an extreme amount of punishment in this match, and you're right, maybe we need to stop this match, get some EMTs out there to look at Davey Gibson.
This is a career-ending match, if you ask me, for Davey Gibson. He has been taking a ton of punishment. It might be smart for him to just give up and fight another day.
Forearm strike hard across the chest of Davey Gibson. Maybe it would be better if he just quit and lived to fight another day. And again, fires back at Cornell Douglas with 2 straight right hands. This kid is not ready to give it up against Cornell Douglas.
He's got a lot of fight in him, and that's for sure, but that's pretty stupid some days. Look at that. Cornell Douglas still firmly in control. What's he going to do now? He's setting him up for something. Big leg drop.
Dropping the leg right on the apron across the throat of Davey Gibson. And look at that smile. He knows he is in control of this match, and he can taste victory and taste him going to the next round of the St. Louis title tournament. This should be it here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, gets the right shoulder up just in the nick of time. I thought that was it for Davey Gibson.
Well, both Gibson and Grundy, both guys known for their toughness. They're known for their heart, but he's going to need all of it and more if he's going to continue in this match, man. He's got a lot in those punches right now.
Was kicking away right at the thigh, chopping down the tree, if you will, of Cornell Douglas. This is a smart plan of attack, and firing away with a kick right to the chest, and again goes back. You can hear those kicks all across the Casa Loma ballroom. And Cornell Douglas blocks that third attempt at a kick.
Grabbed him right by the throat.
Oh, it just takes
That's
his
gotta
head
be it.
off.
I think we got to stop
clothesline.
this match. I think he is
He might be
absolutely
severely
knocked out.
concussed here. This is it here, 1, 2, and kicks out,
He barely kicked out of that one.
screaming at him. Is his tag team partner to kick out. Maybe that was the only thing that willed him to kick out right before the 3 count. Davey Gibson still has some fight left in him, but I don't know how much more at this point, especially after those vicious crossfaces.
Listen, you and I are not even in this match, and I don't know how much more I can take of this beating that he has been taking from Cornell Douglas. This guy is serious about why he is here. I can't say this enough. You want to see what this St. Louis Championship means to competitors? Well, look what Cornell Douglas is willing to do to Davey Gibson, and look what Davey Gibson is willing to take to get that St. Louis title.
Firing away with hard forearm strikes to the face of Cornell Douglas. Davey Gibson trying to mount some offense and hits him with a clothesline that takes the big man off his feet. Davey Gibson is trying again with another clothesline, takes down Cornell Douglas. He's still got some fight, and maybe this is the momentum he needs to win this match.
Well, he needs something, that's for sure. Cornell, hard to get him off his feet, but it's also hard to keep him down, too.
Cornell Douglas charging and misses. Nobody home. Gets kicked right in the head by Davey Gibson.
Looks like he didn't quite get all of that. Kicked a little bit of the turnbuckle, too. If he'd have got all of it, maybe he'd have put him out.
Missile
Beautiful
drop kick sends Cornell Douglas reeling into the corner, and the winner of this match takes on Jay Lutz in the next round of this tournament.
Well, we have got a fight on our hands right here. I thought that Davey Gibson was absolutely out. He's showing a little sign of life right now, but Cornell Douglas, hard to keep down, hard to put out, that is for sure. We have yet to see Cornell Douglas be beaten here in the National Wrestling League, and I think it's going to be a tall task to do just that.
What is Davey Gibson doing? Hits him with a DVD. Could be going for a cover here. 1, 2, 3. No! Gets the right shoulder up. That DVD got all of it, and I thought that was it for Cornell Douglas.
Cornell Douglas and Davey Gibson are in a war right now. Gibson showing some signs of life, getting back up to his feet. Now is the time when that heart comes into play, that stamina, that all of those things are now showing what it takes to be a champion. You want to make it in this business? Watch what these two guys are putting themselves through right now.
Davey Gibson hauling Cornell Douglas back up to his feet, hooking him up to a vertical suplex. He puts the brakes on it. Cornell Douglas going for one of his own. Davey Gibson starts kicking away at the quads, the massive quads of Cornell Douglas, hitting the ropes here, and Cornell Douglas catches him with a knee to the midsection and then spears him with his own head right into the head of Davey Gibson, again attacking that cranium of one Davey Gibson.
That head has taken a lot of shots in this match, and that might be it right there.
Cornell Douglas going for a cover 2. Oh, almost a 3 count. Gets the left shoulder up. Davey Gibson will not quit.
Davey Gibson is fighting purely on instinct right now.
Cornell Douglas might be a little bit frustrated because he doesn't know what it's going to take to put away one half of the Blood Brothers here, because quite frankly, he's thrown almost everything at him except for that heart punch.
Listen, and that you just took the words right out of my mouth. He has been beating him down, and it was just when you're starting to worry about everything else, that's going to leave you open for the heart punch. Look at this Cornell Douglas. We don't normally
Douglas
see
going
him
to the
go up
top
top.
rope. Davey Gibson runs up and meets him halfway. What is he going for here? This is a gutsy maneuver by the much smaller Davey Gibson, and Cornell Douglas again mounts that rope and shoulder blocks him off the top rope and sends Davey Gibson crashing into the canvas.
That's a lot of weight coming down off of that top rope. We don't normally see
1,
Cornell. Well,
2. Again, Davey Gibson will not quit.
Again, that just shows you how much this title means to both of these guys. We don't see Cornell Douglas going off the top rope very often, so he's pulling out all the stops here tonight.
Cornell Douglas trying to figure out what it's going to take to put away Davey Gibson, and I bet he's cranking up. He's trying to figure out which way to hit that heart punch so he can put away Davey Gibson and advance in the St. Louis title tournament. One kick to the face, make that two. Three kicks to the face.
There's four.
4 and 5. The head of Cornell Douglas rocking with each one of those kicks. He hits the ropes and drives the knee right into the head of Cornell Douglas. Davey Gibson with a house full of fire here. 2, almost a 3 count. Did you see those kicks to the side of the head of Cornell Douglas?
Unbelievable action here in the NWL STL. These guys pulling out all the stops. And another big kick right to the head of Cornell Douglas.
Davey Gibson throwing everything but the kitchen sink at Cornell Douglas, and now is going to the top rope. Could be looking for that double stomp right to the chest, and he hits it. He hits it. This could be it. All he needs to do is cover Cornell Douglas. 1, 2, 3. No, almost 3. Cornell Douglas barely kicks out of that double stomp from the top rope, and Davey Gibson is throwing everything at Cornell Douglas here tonight.
What's it going to take for one of these two men to put the other one away? Remember, Cornell still got that hard punch, but I think Gibson, he's frustrated right now. He's survived this. Wait, who is this? What is that? He's attacking Grundy on the outside.
A fan just came from the...
Is that a fan, or is he with Cornell Douglas?
What is going on? He just connected with the hard punch. 1, 2, 3, and Cornell Douglas puts away Davey Gibson with the hard punch as his partner is assaulted
34 seconds
by somebody.
By pinfall.
This man jumped the railing and began wailing on Matthew Grundy, and that distracted Davey Gibson long enough for Cornell to hit that deadly hard punch.
He got him flush with that hard punch, and it just ended just like that. Grundy into the ring now, and this mysterious man is back in, and they're both going to work on the Blood Brothers right now.
Stomping away at both Blood Brothers is this mysterious...
This guy is big. He's a big, tough guy.
This is how it goes.
Look at the size
when
of
you
that
get
guy.
what you think is privilege. You thought you were going to make a name off of Cornell Douglas. Don't stop. Don't stop.
Well, he's clearly in control of this, man.
You thought you were going to make a name. Not today. Because as you just learned, I am my brother's keeper.
Wow. Unbelievable. That is a devastatingly looking duo right there. Cornell Douglas and this mysterious man. This spells trouble for a lot of folks here in the NWL.
We thank you for joining us, fans. We'll see you next time here on the National Wrestling League.
I'm a complicated man. Complicated man. They don't wanna see me win. They don't wanna see me win. All they want is to oppress me. I'm not a student, don't you test me. They say I'm dangerous, so I'm intelligent now. So wanna stop a movement, but I just keep on moving. I'm like a tree.